The door slammed shut behind me as I stumbled into the dimly lit kitchen, my heart pounding like a war drum in my chest. "Hunter, you can't keep doing this to yourself." Jake's voice cut through the silence, raw and urgent, his hand gripping my arm with a force that sent shivers down my spine. And then, without warning, he pulled me close, his lips crashing against mine in a kiss that stole every breath I'd ever taken. I froze, my world tilting on its axis. Jake, my brother's best friend, the guy who'd been crashing on our couch for years, was kissing me like his life depended on it. The taste of whiskey on his tongue mingled with the salt of unshed tears, and in that moment, all the walls I'd built around my heart crumbled to dust. It was a typical Friday night in our cramped apartment in Brooklyn, the kind where the city lights flickered through the blinds like distant stars. My brother, Alex, had dragged Jake over for their usual beer-fueled gaming session, but Alex had passed out early, leaving Jake and me alone in the living room. I'd always noticed Jake, his broad shoulders, the way his laugh filled the room, those green eyes that seemed to see right through me. But I'd buried those feelings deep, convinced they were just a crush on the unattainable straight guy. That night, though, something shifted. We were talking about nothing and everything: college dreams, shitty jobs, the mess of growing up in a city that chewed you up and spat you out. Jake opened up about his parents' divorce, how it left him feeling unmoored, bouncing between friends' places. "You're lucky, Hunter," he said, his voice low. "You got Alex looking out for you." I shrugged, trying to play it cool, but inside, I was screaming. Alex was my rock, sure, but he didn't know the half of it. The late nights I spent questioning who I was, the fear of coming out in a family that prized normalcy above all. As the clock ticked past midnight, Jake suggested crashing on the couch again. "Your brother's snoring like a freight train," he joked. I nodded, grabbing him a blanket from the hall closet. But when I handed it over, our fingers brushed, and time stopped. His eyes locked on mine, intense and searching. "Hunter," he whispered, stepping closer. "There's something I need to tell you." My pulse raced. Was this it? The moment I'd fantasized about in secret? But before I could respond, he leaned in, his breath warm against my skin. The kiss wasn't gentle, it was desperate, like he'd been holding back for years. I melted into it, my hands finding their way to his chest, feeling the rapid beat of his heart matching mine. We pulled apart, gasping, the air thick with unspoken words. What the hell was that? I managed, my voice barely above a whisper. Jake ran a hand through his messy blonde hair, looking as shocked as I felt. I don't know, but I've wanted to do that for so long. Seeing you every time I come over, it's been killing me." I stared at him, my mind reeling. Jake? The star quarterback from high school, the guy who dated cheerleaders? But there was no denying the fire in his eyes, the way his body trembled slightly under my touch. We talked until dawn, huddled on the couch like conspirators. He confessed he'd been questioning his sexuality since college, hooking up with guys in secret, but never committing. "With you, it's different," he said. "You're not just some fling. You're home." By morning, Alex stirred, oblivious to the earthquake that had just reshaped my world. Jake acted normal, slapping my brother on the back and cracking jokes over coffee. But his glances my way were loaded, promises of more to come. That kiss lingered in my thoughts all week. I worked my barista job at a hipster cafe in Williamsburg, steaming lattes while replaying every second. Was this real? Or was I setting myself up for heartbreak? Jake texted me constantly, flirty memes, late-night confessions. We met in secret, stealing moments in Central Park or dive bars where no one knew us. His touch was electric, his words wrapping around my heart like vines. "I can't stop thinking about you," he'd murmur, pulling me into alleyways for stolen kisses. But doubts crept in. Alex and Jake had been inseparable since middle school, football buddies, road trip partners. If Alex found out, would it destroy everything? I pushed the fear aside, lost in the rush of new love. One evening, after a grueling shift, I came home to find Jake waiting outside our building. "Alex is out with his girlfriend," he said, grinning. "Thought we could order pizza, watch a movie." Inside, the tension was palpable. We barely made it through the first slice before his hands were on me, exploring with a hunger that matched my own. Clothes shed, bodies entwined on my bed, the world narrowed to just us. Afterward, lying in his arms, I felt complete for the first time. "This is crazy," I whispered. Crazy good, he replied, kissing my forehead. But as sleep claimed me, a nagging voice whispered, how long can this last? The weeks blurred into a haze of secret rendezvous and whispered promises. Jake and I navigated our budding relationship like thieves in the night, dodging Alex's radar with expert precision. By day, I was the dutiful little brother, brewing coffee and dreaming of art school. By night, Jake was mine, his laughter echoing in hidden corners of the city, his body a sanctuary from the chaos. Yet, cracks began to show. Alex noticed Jake's frequent overnight stays, teasing him about mooching off our fridge. Dude, get your own place already, he'd say, oblivious to the real reason Jake lingered. I laughed it off, but guilt gnawed at me. Alex had always protected me, from bullies in school to our parents' messy divorce. Betraying him felt like a knife to the gut. One rainy afternoon in Midtown Manhattan, Jake and I ducked into a cozy bookstore to escape the downpour. Shelves towered around us, filled with stories of love and loss. He pulled me into a quiet aisle, his fingers interlacing with mine. I want more than this, he confessed, sneaking around. It's not enough. My heart soared and sank in equal measure. What about Alex? He'd freak. Jake's eyes darkened. We'll tell him when the time's right. Trust me, Hunter. I did trust him, more than anyone. That night, we made love in a cheap motel on the outskirts of Queens, the neon sign flickering through the curtains. His touch was tender, erasing my fears. I love you, he murmured against my skin, the words igniting a fire within me. I love you too, I replied, meaning it with every fiber of my being. But love, I learned, was a double-edged sword. The next day, Alex dropped a bomb. Jake's been acting weird, he said over breakfast. Think he's seeing someone. Keeps checking his phone, smiling like an idiot. I choked on my cereal, forcing a casual shrug. Probably some girl. Alex eyed me suspiciously. Yeah, maybe. But if it's serious, I hope he tells me. Brothers before hoes, right? The irony burned. That evening, Jake canceled our plans, citing a family thing. Unease settled in my stomach like lead. Days turned into a pattern. Jake distant, excuses piling up. I confronted him in Prospect Park, the autumn leaves crunching underfoot. What's going on? You're pulling away. He sighed, avoiding my gaze. It's complicated, Hunter. Work's crazy and there's stuff I haven't told you. Like what? I pressed, my voice rising. He hesitated. I was seeing someone before you. A guy from my gym. It ended badly, but he's been texting again. Jealousy flared, hot and ugly. And nothing. I blocked him. But it made me realize. This with us, it's real. Scary real. Relief washed over me, but the seed of doubt had been planted. High tension built as Thanksgiving approached. Our family gathered in our childhood home upstate, a cozy cabin overlooking the Hudson. Alex invited Jake, turning it into a powder keg. Around the dinner table, laughter flowed with the wine. Jake's foot nudged mine under the cloth, a secret thrill. But later, in the guest room, he slipped in after everyone slept. Couldn't stay away, he whispered. Our passion ignited, muffled moans blending with the wind outside. It was reckless, exhilarating. The next morning, disaster struck. Alex burst into my room, eyes wide. Hunter, have you seen? He froze, taking in the scene. Jake in my bed, sheets tangled. Time stopped. What the fuck? Alex roared, face reddening. Jake scrambled up. Alex, wait. You? With my brother? Alex's fists clenched. How long? I stood, voice trembling. A few months. We didn't mean to hurt you. Alex's laugh was bitter. Hurt me? You're my best friend, Jake. And you? He turned to me, pain etching his features. I trusted you both. He stormed out, slamming doors. The cabin echoed with silence. Jake dressed hurriedly. I'll talk to him. But Alex was gone, driving back to the city alone. We followed, the ride tense. In Brooklyn, Alex confronted us. You betrayed me. Both of you. Tears streamed down my face. I'm sorry, Alex. But I love him. Alex's anger cracked, revealing hurt. Love? He's not who you think, Hunter. What do you mean? I asked, dread pooling. Alex pulled out his phone. I found texts. From that guy Jake mentioned. They're still seeing each other. The world shattered. Jake paled. It's not what it looks like. But the evidence was damning. Flirty messages, meet-up plans. Betrayal hit like a freight train. You lied to me, I whispered. Jake reached for me. Hunter, please. Get out, Alex snarled. Jake left, head bowed. I collapsed, sobs racking my body. Alex held me, our bond strained but unbroken. The aftermath was a storm of emotions, rage, sorrow, confusion. I holed up in my room, ignoring Jake's calls and texts. Alex hovered like a protective shadow, his anger toward Jake simmering, but his love for me unwavering. We'll get through this, he said, bringing me takeout from our favorite Chinese spot. But healing wasn't linear. Nights blurred into days, my mind replaying every moment with Jake. The kisses, the confessions, the lies. Why had he done it? Was any of it real? A week later, Jake showed up at the cafe during my shift. His eyes were red-rimmed, stubble shadowing his jaw. Hunter, talk to me. Customers glanced our way. I pulled him to the back alley. What do you want? You've done enough damage. He paced, hands in his pockets. I screwed up. That guy. It was nothing serious. A relapse from my old life. But you're everything. Bullshit, I snapped. You played me. And Alex. Jake's shoulders slumped. I was scared. Coming out, committing. It's terrifying. But losing you is worse. Part of me wanted to believe him, to fall back into his arms. But trust was shattered. Go figure it out without dragging me down. He left, defeated. I returned to work, forcing smiles through tears. Christmas loomed, the city decked in lights that mocked my darkness. Alex suggested a trip to our mom's in Albany, a chance to reset. Fresh start, he said. On the train ride up, we talked, really talked. I came out fully, sharing my fears. Alex listened, then hugged me. I'm proud of you, bro. And sorry if I made you feel you couldn't tell me. His acceptance mended some wounds. At Mom's, we baked cookies, watched old movies. But Jake haunted my thoughts. Back in Brooklyn, New Year's Eve brought a turning point. Partying with friends at a rooftop bar, the skyline glittering below. Midnight approached, couples pairing off. My phone buzzed. Jake. Can we meet? Please. Against my better judgment, I agreed. We rendezvoused in Times Square, the ball drop countdown echoing. He looked haunted. I ended it for good. Therapy, coming out to my family. I'm doing the work. Skepticism warred with hope. Why should I believe you? Because I love you. Truly. And I'll prove it. As fireworks exploded overhead, he kissed me, soft, sincere. The crowd cheered, but it was just us. We started slow, dates, no secrets. Alex was wary but saw Jake's efforts. If he hurts you again, I'll kill him, he warned. Months passed. Spring bloomed in Central Park, mirroring our renewal. Jake moved into his own place, inviting me over. Our love deepened, rooted in honesty. But conflict resurfaced. Jake's ex resurfaced, spreading rumors online. He's using you, the messages claimed. Doubt crept back. I confronted Jake. Is there more you're hiding? He broke down. In college, I hurt people. Experimented without commitment. But with you, it's different. We argued, voices raised. How do I know? I yelled. You don't, he admitted. You have to trust. Trust, the ultimate test. I walked away that night, needing space. Alone in my apartment, I reflected. Love wasn't perfect. It was messy, human. Jake had betrayed me, but he'd also fought to change. The climax hit at Alex's birthday party. Jake showed, uninvited. Tension thickened. In the kitchen, away from guests, he pleaded. Hunter, I can't lose you. Alex intervened. Prove you're worth it. Jake nodded. I will. Every day. Something shifted. I saw the man he'd become, vulnerable, committed. We reconciled, the party turning celebratory. Alex raised a toast. To family, blood, and chosen. Our relationship flourished. Summer road trips, lazy Sundays. Jake proposed therapy together. We unpacked traumas, built stronger. Yet, life threw curves. My art school acceptance came with a move to Chicago. Long distance. Jake asked, fear in his eyes. We'll make it work, I assured. The goodbye was tearful, Alex driving me to the airport. Call if you need anything, he said. In Chicago, distance tested us. Late-night calls, weekend visits. But temptation lurked. New friends, flirtations. One night, drunk at a bar, a guy hit on me. I almost gave in, echoing Jake's betrayal. But I stopped. Love meant choice. I called Jake, confessing. I get it now how easy it is to slip. He forgave, understanding. We're human. We learn. Graduation loomed. 2 years of growth behind me. Chicago had shaped me. Independent, confident. Jake visited often. Our bond unbreakable despite miles. Back in New York for the ceremony, emotions ran high. Alex picked me up, grinning. Proud of you, little bro. At the venue, Jake waited, flowers in hand. You did it, he said, pulling me close. The party was epic. Friends, family, toasts. But beneath the joy, a decision weighed. That night, in Jake's apartment, I broached it. I got a job offer. In LA. His face fell. That's amazing. But, us. I want you to come with me. Silence stretched. My life's here. Job, friends. Heartache bloomed. So that's it. He paced. No. I love you, Hunter. But uprooting everything. The argument escalated. After all we've been through, you're choosing comfort? It's not that simple, he shot back. We slept apart, the rift gaping. Morning brought clarity. Over coffee, Jake spoke. I was scared again. But you're my future. I'll go. Tears fell. Really? Really? Let's build a life together. We moved to LA, a fresh chapter. Palm trees, ocean breezes, America's promise of reinvention. Challenges arose, culture shock, job hunts. But we faced them hand in hand. One sunset on Malibu Beach, Jake knelt. Hunter, marry me? Yes, I whispered, breathless again, but from joy. The wedding was intimate, Alex best man. You too deserve this, he said, eyes misty. Vows exchanged under the stars, rings symbolizing our journey, from betrayal to redemption. Years later, adopting a child, our family complete. Struggles faded, replaced by gratitude. Looking back, that overnight stay sparked a firestorm. Pain, growth, love, profoundly human. In America's vast tapestry, our story was one thread, messy, beautiful, enduring. We weren't perfect, but we chose each other, daily. And in that choice lay the deepest humanity.